This philodendron pink princess is really upset because the soil it's growing in is being invaded by an aerial root of another plant looking for a substrate to grow in. You probably recognize the root. It is of course the aerial root of the Monstera deliciosa. Now these are cuttings that I'm growing in perlite, but at the same time they grow now also in soil thanks to the wandering aerial root. Now most of my Monstera mother plants, like this Monstera pinnatipartita, I grow in soil. And this small Monstera esqueleto that I will pretty soon propagate is also growing in plain soil. Since all Monsteras are really easy to propagate through stem or runner cuttings, I've been experimenting a lot with different substrates for my Monstera cuttings. And in this video I want to show you a couple of examples. First, let me show you again the Monstera deliciosa from the beginning of the video. And by the way, I cut the root off so I can show you the plant a little bit better. So these wet stick cuttings have been growing in perlite for years now. There is 3 of them in total, and I just can't believe that these small plants produce these ridiculously long aerial roots while just growing in plain perlite for all this time. So I guess they really enjoy growing in this substrate. This Monstera siltepecana is growing in a different substrate, which is pon. This Monstera is very easy to propagate, and in my experience it loves to grow in pon. This Monstera has beautiful leaves, and as you can see, it also produces lots of aerial roots. Now the pon substrate normally comes with some nutrients mixed in, but this is not the case for perlite. And yet these Monsteras growing in perlite have developed an impressive root system during the years. And personally, I like to use transparent containers that allow you to easily check the root system all the time. Now let's move on to a totally different substrate, which is pumice. This Monstera adansonii has been growing in pumice for several years now, and although it is not growing very fast, it does seem to be able to survive in the pumice substrate. In my experience, the main advantage of pumice is that you don't have to water your plant very often. I think I water this plant once a month. I put like 3 centimeters of water in the container and the plant is good to go for another month. These are 3 Monstera pinnatipartita cuttings that I first propagated in water and then I repotted them in perlite. I will put them eventually in soil, but for the time being they seem to be fine. This somewhat weirdly growing Monstera siltepecana is actually growing in pon, and it has teamed up with a cutting of my nemesis Monstera, which is this Monstera standleyana variegata white, which is, I think, the most fussy Monstera in my collection. By the way, I have a dedicated video on this diva Monstera on my channel that you can check out if you feel like it. As you can see, this Monstera adansonii is growing in pon, and you can see that I try to leave like 1 or 2 centimeters of water at the bottom so the substrate stays moist for a bit longer. Here you can see finally 4 more Monsteras growing in pon or perlite. And I show you these guys so you can see that they do actually grow and make new leaves in these alternative substrates. So my conclusion is that Monsteras are not fussy at all when it comes to the substrate you use to grow them in. Soil, perlite, water, pumice, pon, it all works for this plant genus that is Monstera. Okay, that's all for this video number 200 on my YouTube channel. I hope you liked it. If you did, please consider liking it and or subscribing to my channel For now, I thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you again real soon on my channel. Bye bye.